group classes, workshops, festivals. I'm going to be discussing here in this video the pros and cons about learning forró in this kind of situation. This video is an edited version of a longer video discussing 4 different ways to learn how to dance forró. If you want to see the complete video, the link is here in the description. The regular classes, the group classes, the workshops, the festivals where you have some classes with guest instructors, all the situations where you are in a room with a group of people who are united to learn and you have one or more instructors. This is the way I learned how to dance, and actually let me just tell a little bit of my story in that regard. I think for about 1 year of my life, in my early 20s, I would go to classes 5 times a week and then to parties other 2 times. So it was like really the time of my life where I evolved as a dancer, and I did this because of this combination, and also especially because of the opportunity to be having this kind of exchange with other students and be supervised and have feedback from instructor. The pros. You are in an environment that is designed or is prepared for this kind of activity for you to learn. You're going to be surrounded by other people which are there with the same mindset. They are there to have fun and learn. And everybody is going to be accepting the mistakes and trying to work together and receive feedback and give feedback. So the environment is created for this kind of function, for you to learn. Another obvious reason is that you're going to have instructors. You're going to have people who have a high level of skill, knowledge, and they are there for the only reason or the main reason to share the knowledge with you, to give you feedback in the class, to show the movements, to break down the movements, to make it work for the students. The classes also usually have a theme or a main movement. So you're gonna have all the time of this class to be working on certain skills. You're gonna be practicing with everybody the same movements. So something that would be very hard to do in a party is very easy to do in a class because everybody's there to learn that movement. And you're not gonna be a boring person if you're repeating this movement over and over and over and over and trying the same thing over and over and over, because people are there for their reason, because they want to practice and learn a particular skill. It's also a great way to get to know people in the forró community, to be part of a group of dancers, to socialize, to know people that maybe you go to the parties and you already know people who dance with. You already create this kind of bond with other dancers who have maybe a similar level of experience as you have, or if they have different kinds of experience and levels, they're gonna also have this personal relationship. They're not gonna feel shy or intimidated to dance with. And lastly is the price. I feel that of the options we're talking, it's usually a good cost benefit. It's usually not expensive to go to parties. I'm just going to use now as an example here in New York, just before the pandemic, the classes were $20 for 1.5 hours of class, and you would have discount if you were an association member of the Forró New York Association, or if you bought a package of classes. So usually it's much cheaper than, let's say, a private lesson. So usually the balance between price and what you're getting for it is very good. The cons. You're gonna be depending on the instructor available. So if in your city you don't have a good instructor, or your timing doesn't meet, or if the class is in a different location, all these elements can be a con. If you don't have access, or if you don't have an instructor that is of your liking. Also, you're gonna be somehow limited to the schedule and the programming of this instructor. So usually, I'm going to use myself as an example. I create a plan of moves. So I create a schedule for my students working on different skills. And this is something I choose. Many times I open for my students and ask if there's anything in particular that they want to learn, but in the end, I'm the one deciding among the suggestions of the students. So this can be a pro or a con. If you have someone who plans very well and have a very fun and diverse classes, can be wonderful. But if you are in a situation where you don't like very much the steps or the style of the instructor, this can be a problem. And the other thing is that you depend somehow on the other students, the other participants of the class for the class, because you're dancing with the other people participating in the class. So if you have, this can be a pro or a con actually, right? So if you have a wonderful class, fun people, nice vibe, people in similar levels or different levels but willing to collaborate and dance together, this is gonna be a wonderful experience. On the other hand, if you have a class that has a little bit of a negative vibe or whatever is the reason that the group of people are not that fun or you don't feel comfortable, this can be a big con. My opinion about this kind of class, this is my number one. And the reason is that because I feel it's a good balance between different things. The social aspect, the learning part of it, the ambience, also the chance, the fun, and the price. There are many different factors that make this probably my number one choice. Thank you for watching this video. As I mentioned before, there is a link here in the description with a longer video with 3 other ways, 3 other methods for you to learn forró. So in conclusion, there are many different ways with pros and cons that you can use to learn. And I actually believe that a combination of different methods is likely to be the most effective and faster way to improve your skills. Use complementary ideas and complementary methods. Maybe go to classes and then take a few private classes, lessons with your favorite instructor. Maybe have online classes for you to work on your personal skills and practice at home, and go to parties to dance. If we combine all these methods, we can really improve as dancers. And in the end, the important thing is to have fun, is to enjoy, to do something that makes you feel good and also helps you enjoy more and more being part of this community of forró dancers, participating in parties and events, meeting people and having a lot of fun. If you like this video, as always, please give us a like here in the video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe. There's a lot of content like this and much more to come. Also talking about this, I'm doing a series of videos, of these kinds of videos discussing elements or best ways for the embrace, tips for musicality, characteristics of the best dancers. And I'm gonna also do a playlist, and I'm gonna make also available here on the description of this video. With that said, I want to say goodbye to you guys, send a virtual hug and a kiss. See you next time.